Hey there, it is October 23rd. It is gorgeous out, mid-50s. I'm standing in a cellar hole. Let's start digging. Well, target number one from the site was to be expected. A little shotgun shell, but out in the woods here, you're going to dig them up because they sound just like buttons, pretty much. Target number two looks a little more interesting, and I haven't dug one of these before. Let's turn the camera around and have a look. And right over by that tree is where I found the shotgun shell. I'm still real close to the cellar hole at this point. And just over the edge of it, I got the MXT sitting right on the edge of it. And this one was coming in from the collapsed side, about a good 75 to 78, and I thought it might have been a copper, but that's very cool. Nice thick cabinet knob. I've never dug one like that, so that's a first for me. I'm not sure where the phone's focusing on in today. Very cool. Let's see what else this site has to give up. Ooh, it's windy today. Always check those holes, of course. This one still had some iron in and around it, but I got that banging cabinet knob tone out of the way. And it wasn't done. I got another pretty low to mid-30s tone. I had a feeling it was going to be something. I had to work for it. Except for the shadowing, but still, there I am at the lip of the cellar hole. The detector was just sitting up there. And right under this pile of dirt was where I just found that cabinet knob, and I had a good deep tone in there. And first thing to come out was that big bugger. That's a nice square cut nail with a big head on it. But below it, sure enough, the MXT. It's picking out that nice dandy button. It's an older one too, I believe. Look at the shank on that. That's pretty. Don't know if it's got anything on it. Sometimes these have real subtle patterns. I'll find out when I get the dirt off if it does or doesn't. Wow, this next target was so shallow, I convinced it was a shotgun shell. It was hitting those perfect numbers on my MXT, 22 to 24 to 26, and that is a shotgun shell every time on my machine, except for this time. And I know the lighting is awful, but like I said, this one was super shallow. You can already see it hiding when I flipped over this little pile of not much more than a loam off the top. Another plain button, but this is where my journey's starting. I'm just working this little area around the lip of the cellar hole, and kapow, right on the top. Nice. I feel like I always have glare when I try and do these, but here's my first really nice tone of the day. This one's about 5 inches down, and depending on which way I go at it, it's hitting up in the mid to upper 70s. I'm not quite on it on this side, but oh, those are numbers I want to see, and that's the number I want to see too. So let's see what we're going to get here. And that's what I wound up with. Nice deep escutcheon piece. And there it is, out of the hole. Oh well, that was nice and deep. That could have been easily a coin. But I'll take that. I love these escutcheon pieces, and I don't have many of them. Nice. That means there's targets like this at this site, and that's another good sign. Well, I still haven't marched pretty far from the cellar hole. I'm like right up on the edge of it behind me here. And My next find. Nice heavy button. It's like a lead one that survived. Very soft, very heavy. Oh, it's got a little design on it too. Oh, that's gorgeous. Absolutely no rot on this thing. That is a very cool find. And it definitely has some sort of little pattern on it. We'll get a look at that, obviously, off to the side here when I get it cleaned up in the post-production. But that's gorgeous. I've never dug one that wasn't that all rotted out. Here's my next find. Sort of broken squash button. Maybe pewter. This one's not holding up as well as that last one I dug. Can't tell if that's some sort of pattern or a chew mark. It looks like some sort of design. Huh. Yeah, if it's anything, we'll post it up over here somewhere where my thumb is. That's the cellar hole there, and I am technically, I believe, on the south side of it. And this is this little back area that I've gotten pretty much all my finds today, and this was next. Part of a thin stamped out spoon of some sort, it looks like. Little screamer, real shallow. There's really nothing deep on this side except for that escutcheon panel. Everything else has been pretty shallow. A couple inches down at most. There's my next gizmo. I don't know what that is. Same thing over on the south side of the hole, just shallow, and that was a screamer like the spoon was. I do not know. Very interesting looking piece though. Well, I haven't figured out if this place has been detected before or not. I really have not moved far since I got here. I've been at it maybe an hour, and I'm getting these loud targets. Some of them are turning out to be something and some aren't, and this one sort of is. Same area I just got those two last finds out of too. And literally, there's where the spoon came from, and my gloves are basically on top of that little weird metal piece, but 6 inches away from that, crusty old buckle, and shape is a lot bigger than the buckle itself, so I wonder if this might have been a repaired buckle at one point. I see the tongue's gone, and it's a little wet. The soil's a little wetter than I've been running across on this property so far. It's kind of downslope from the cellar hole, so some of this stuff may not survive as well, but that's a nice score. A little buckle. Hopefully it'll dry out and clean up a little better. I can pick some of this junk off of it. Let's keep digging. Well, like I said, cellar hole is just on the other side of that downed stump, and so all my finds are coming from right in this little area in the past, I don't know, 10 minutes, and I just got a companion. The escutcheon plate, I just dug it when I got here. Get it fine-tuned in. That's pretty. It's in better shape than the other one. But I believe that's a match. Very nice. Like I said, I'm confused as to whether this place has been detected or not. No coins yet, but I'm hitting a lot of these loud targets, and this one was definitely loud. Only about 3 inches down this time. Not 5 or 6 like the other one. Gorgeous. Now I need a coin. Coin, coin, coin. Still haven't gotten very far, maybe 2 feet from the last find, and here's what I got this time around. It's like part of a tag. I'll take a look at it, see if it's got anything on it. I just dug it, so who knows, it's a little dirty still. Nice little site. I don't know if I'll be back here anytime soon, but it's a nice little place close to home I can hit. Well, finds are still coming out of this hole hot and heavy. Here's my next one. That is a beautiful, beautiful convex tomback with a machine etched pattern on it. Oh baby, these are the these are the buttons that I love digging. Absolutely love it. And you can see the phone is focused on it. Not too much in the dark. That's got a gorgeous pattern around it. Oh, I love it. Beautiful. Let's take a look at it. And there she is, cleaned up as good as I'm going to get it out in the field. Very pretty button. Said I love digging tombacks like this. And there's some age to the site. Oh, there's my next dig. I think that's part of a shoe buckle anyway, but it's like it's lead filled. I don't know if they would have polished that up to make it look like it was silver. Very interesting piece. I'll have to find out for sure, but I can only guess that's part of a buckle of some kind. Never seen anything like it before. It's a bit heavy, so that's why I feel it's got to be filled with lead or pewter, and I don't know if this would have been a polished side or just that way to make it feel weighty. I don't know. Neato, let's keep digging. And I'm taking a break for lunch here. Give a little quick tour of the site. Obviously that's a cellar hole. On the other side of the cellar hole, I believe, is a cart road that came up to it. I came up from a different direction, but I may go out that way and swing along it. It's very shallow, you can barely see it. Swing around just a few feet from the foundation of the cellar hole is the well. Nice cold winter day, they didn't have to go far for water. And this is all gorgeous area back in here. It's all nice and flat and cleared out. Probably where I'm going to be heading off next here. I've beaten up around the cellar hole and it's gotten pretty quiet, so I thought I'd do a little snack and I'm going to start working up here, see if I can figure out maybe where they had a picnic site. There's some other going-ons out here. Maybe find a little shed or an outbuilding foundation if I can. Get some more finds instead of some random drops. Let's get this thing going again. Alrighty, first good tone after lunch here. Just been doing a lot of poking around and listening to nothing, and I hope you can see that. That's a nice tone. Let's go see what that is. Okay, pinpointer says it's in a little pile to the right here. See if it was right. I don't see it. I had to go deep on that one. A lot deeper than it said. But fresh out of the hole. Not that silver. It's an unusual little piece. Alright, I'm gonna have to stop and clean it up. It's a little light for silver though. Alright, that is in fact sterling silver. I knew the back of it cleaned up real nice. And I took a little second here to clean the front side off too. That's gorgeous. Beautiful design on that. It does feel hollow. It's not solid silver. But you can clearly see it says sterling, and I think that's 925 in the corner. It's tough to see out in the field here. Not sure what this would have been. Some sort of little lady's pin. Little tiny brooch, I'm not sure, but that is fantastic. You don't get much silver out here in the woods, and that is a gorgeous piece. Alright, here is my next find, and technically it is a copper. But it is a very counterfeit copper. See Britannia. What might be a date down there. But this thing rang up super low. This was 32 to 35 VDI on my MXT, so I knew this wasn't going to be a coin. I thought it was going to be a button at the depth it was at. But no, some sort of counterfeit copper. I'll have to figure out what that is and throw it in the notes up here. Holy moly. I got a copper. Yeah, it's getting a little dark here on the back side of the cellar hole, the north side I should say. I kind of circled back around again. That's my next find, little drawer pull. It's hard to tell, but it does have a little bit of fancy on it. Oops, I'm out of focus. Yeah, it's got a little fancy there, a little fancy there and there. Obviously I'll put a pic of it here once I've got this cleaned up later on down the road. It's getting late, and we got a little bit longer here. Let's see what else I can find. Alright, and that drawer pull is the last find of the day. Unless I get something hiking out, I'm leaving. It's getting late, I gotta do something for dinner, and then it's work tomorrow. Boo. Well, thanks for watching this one, guys. Bunch of good little finds, and we will see you in a couple of weeks with something. See ya.